Okay, YouTube, welcome back to Europa Universalis IV and the Luck of the Irish achievements. We're going to hop right into it. We are fighting a war out from underneath England's nose. You should see how much I'm smiling right now. It amuses me that England declared war when they weren't even near the thing they wanted to attack, to the point that we could raise our morale, sit around and wait until we had our morale recovered, until they were moving onto the terrain, and then still sneak in before them and take the province right out from under their nose. I absolutely love that that's what happened. I'm also going to start improving my continue to grow my navy, but I'm not going to do that until we get the next diplomatic tech, because that will be an upgrade to our heavy ships. We will then have war galleons. And I think they will come in quite handy. Okay, revolts where? Marches. Religious, of course, because we're converting them. It's only 3%, and I have a fairly sizable force there to put down anything that sparks up, so I'm going to wait it out. I wonder if England has dropped off this list, the top first little bit of this list. I'd like to see them not be down here. They're getting there. 47. What about naval? 94. They're slowly getting pushed down. Look how close we are to the Ottomans. Oh, not close army-wise, only close navy-wise. So Patumtuck and Pennacook, they're still upset. Why? What's wrong? Nationalism, okay. Go away, nationalism. I don't want to have to deal with you. Yeah. Spain was the other one. I said let's go ahead and max relations out with Spain. Now that we're finished with England, let's go ahead and do that with Spain. I'm going to take a look at Portugal, because we used to be friends. No, they hate me. But they are in the coalition against me. And I'm going to try... Ah, look at that. In 2 years, they should be out of that coalition. I'm going to send a diplomat, try and play nice with them. I know it probably doesn't make much of a difference, but, you know, whatever. If I can get them out of the coalition, I'll be happy. I don't really want to see a coalition war start, although no one in that coalition is really all that powerful that's fighting against me, but still. Sweden. I don't know if that whistle was familiar. That's from MASH, the movie, not the TV show. That was Hawkeye's thing. You do that everywhere. I saw that movie for the first time, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And now every now and then I kind of randomly just do the... It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Nothing like the TV show, but I did love the TV show as well. I was fairly young when the TV show was old, or when it was on. I've seen it in repeats. The finale, oh, one of the best finales of a TV show I've ever seen. Absolutely gut-wrenching finale. It's really, if you haven't watched MASH, watch the whole series. It's great. It is fantastic. And the movie's great too. Definitely. Kiefer Sutherland. I love him in war movies. He was in Kelly's Heroes. He was in MASH. He did, what was the other Kiefer Sutherland war? Not Kiefer Sutherland, Donald Sutherland. What was the other Donald Sutherland war movie? I'm trying to think here. Thinking of The Dirty Dozen. Donald Sutherland in The Dirty Dozen. That was a fantastic movie as well. He plays crazy people so well. That's the thing, you know, like, no one can play crazy like Donald Sutherland. I know his son Kiefer plays crazy quite a bit, but it's a completely different kind of crazy. He's like cutting people's arms off. Colony finished. Excellent. That's actually what I was getting this guy for, was to go in and prepare some colonies. Let's do Arkansas. Yeah, I know it's Arkansas. I'm trying to be funny. Maxed out relations with Spain. I'm going to go after somebody else who's in the coalition against me. 102 manpower, gain 2 base tax, and 100 ducats. I'm going to take the money. Going for the money. Alright, so let's go ahead and send my colonist to Arkansas. Isn't that where, was it Bill Clinton? Wasn't Bill Clinton from Arkansas? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Won the siege. So now we do... Actually, what? You're at level 12. Are you westernized? I think you are westernized. You are not. So this should be able to win. And I'll go lift my siege there. Gain a claim. Yeah, I don't care. Hate me, Aztec, I don't care. Wipe out their army. And I go liberate my siege. Although it's funny, right? England is lifting the siege for me. Like, thanks, England. We're such good friends now. Because I snuck in before you. After you declared war when you were a billion miles away. They'll actually, even though they're only at 99%, they'll probably take full annexation. No, they won't? Okay, I don't know why, but sure, I'll wait, I guess. Swivel cannon upgrade to cohorn cannons. Sorry, cohorn mortars. I knew a guy who was a mortarman. He had a double feed. Cut in two. Pretty gruesome. It's the army for you. That's the thing, like, even in peacetime, stuff can happen. If you ever think of joining the army, just keep that in mind. You know, it can be a great career, it can be a great job. You can learn a lot, you can serve your country, all that good stuff. Be proud of yourself. You know, make a name for you and your family. But just be prepared for the fact that you can also die in peacetime during training. It can happen. Alright, what's a 2 income? There was one, wasn't there? Missouri. Let's head up to Missouri. Settle Missouri. And what about Dakota? That's a 2 as well. Settle there as well. Alright. It's interesting, actually I know a lot of... oh, Portugal left, good. Well, I'm going to stop improving relations with you then. A lot of my friends are kind of older, and they have kids. And their kids, a lot of times their kids are like, oh, you were in the military? Especially when they're like, yeah, 14 or 15, everyone kind of gets that desire to join the military. They're like, oh, you were in the military? Wow, that's awesome. I want to be a soldier or a fighter pilot or whatever. And what's it like? And it's, if you want a career in the military, you know, it can be a really good thing, but just do your research, know what you're getting into. Yeah, it's not for everybody. But if it is for you, I mean, it can be a great thing, especially with some of the benefits they have. You also got to be careful though. Not everybody always gets those benefits, right? Sometimes you get recruiters promise you the moon, and then when push comes to shove, you realize I'm not actually getting that. I stopped improving relations with Portugal, but they actually might be ready to ally with me, so maybe I will... how many relations do I have? I have relations to spare. Let's do it. Let's royal marriage, and let's see if we can get an alliance up with them. So I will go back and improve relations with them some more. Yeah, make sure you do your research. Absolutely. You know, when someone asks me what it's like, I think, you know what? Good for you for asking. You gotta, like, I guess that's no different than any other job, right? You gotta know what you're getting into. But the military is such a huge commitment, and my problem with people who rush into joining the military is that you're not, I mean, you're so reliant on your you know, your platoon mates or your squad mates or your fire team partner, that if they're not there for the right reasons, if they didn't do their homework, or if they're, you know, it's not like they're unhappy with their career choice and that's the end of it. It's that you know, they're risking someone else's life because they thought it would be like it is in the movies, for example. So definitely do your research and think about it if it's something you want to do. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. You know, by all means, I'm an honest guy. I'll give you my 2 cents, but just to reiterate, I was in the reserves. I used it to help pay for school here in Canada. My dad was in the military though his entire life. That's what made me kind of think about it, is the fact that I grew up military my whole life. That's all I really knew. My dad was military. My mom was a secretary in the military. That's how they met. And I thought, hey, it's a great way to pay for school. Give me a job in the summer and part-time during the year and good benefits. But I mean, because I had such a strong military background, I definitely knew what I was getting into. And I find a lot of people don't. A lot of guys I went through basic training with just thought it'd be like in the movies. And it's really not like in the movies. Okay, we have 5 more years in that truce. Portugal, let's improve relations, because I'd like to get an alliance. Whoa. Hang on a second. My throat went a little loopy there for a second. Yeah, it's not at all like in the movies, so definitely research what you're getting into. But if you do go ahead with it, then good for you. Especially do it full time. You have to sacrifice a lot to be in the military. You know, a lot of traveling away from home, that kind of stuff. All right, look at this. The Creek are getting some attitude. Who did you take over? Who was down here? I don't even remember now. That's right. It was the Choctaw. Creek, you might need to get put in your place before you get too big. Be made to release everybody. I'm gonna get ready for that. In fact, attacked in Dakota. I'm gonna fix that up right now. Recall. Kill all the natives. Alright, where is the revolts? Abenaki, Canyon, Nipmuc. Why? What's going on? Where else? Abenaki. Abenaki. Oh, that was Nipmuc, right? Take me to Abenaki. Oh, right, there's Abenaki, of course. Recently been harsh treated. Well, there's only so much I can do. Who's this? Shoshone, go away. Converted some heretics. So that should make Abenaki go down. 8.2, I'm going to assume to 0. Although with nationalism, it might still be there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think Steam froze again. I noticed my screen kind of blink. Then I went to not responding, and my Steam app kind of got this big white border around it, so I think Steam froze again. And when Steam freezes, this freezes. Luckily, we're almost 14 minutes in. I've done several episodes that were over 20 because I get distracted. So I'm just going to end this episode here. I will restart Steam, restart Europa Universalis, and we'll come back. When we come back, we're going to wait for the Creek to finish their war, and then we're going to go ahead and teach them a lesson. Make them release the countries that they are gobbling up. I don't want anyone to get too big. I kind of want to be the only big dog here. So I'm going to make everybody break up. Plus, none of the people on the New World are going to hate me for doing this. We're going to keep trying to get people out of the coalition against us. We're going to see if we can get Portugal allied. And then when the time is right, go back to war with England and possibly Scotland. But that's all going to be in a future episode. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.